Sara has held the position of Interim Director for the Office of Student Activities, Organizations, and Leadership at Salisbury University since June 2011. In her role, she oversees several key departments related to campus life, including their Student Government Association, Student Organization for Activity Planning, Appropriations, the Flyer newspaper, WXSU, the radio station, and New Student Orientation. Wow. She holds a Master's of Education in Higher Education with a specialization in Student Affairs from Texas Tech University, as well as a Bachelor of Arts in Psychology from Salisbury University. Ms. Lowery also gained extensive experience through internships at Belmont University and the University of West Florida. Her previous roles include the Coordinator of Student Life at Salisbury University and Graduate Hall Coordinator and Graduate Hearing Officer positions at Texas Tech. In her tenure at these wonderful educational institutions, Ms. Lowery has created several programs which ensure the success of first-year students. Do you want me to read your personal motto? Awesome. Her personal motto, never be afraid of trying something new. Remember, amateurs built the Ark, professionals built the Titanic. So with that, there you go.
Let's get Mark started. Hi, how's everybody doing? Listen, I know it's late at night. I know that majority of you have homework to do, or sleep to catch up on, or Twitter or Facebook statuses to check and change. So I'm not going to hold you long. I'm just going to give you a couple tidbits of information, and then we're going to let you go. Is that cool? I need you to do me a favor though before we do this. I know that you're addicted, attached to your phones. So for at least 45 minutes, if you do me a quick favor, put them on silent, put them in your pockets, and I promise you, you'll get the message when you get done. They'll hit you back. You'll text them back. Trust me, he or she will still be waiting. They're mad now. They'll be mad an hour from now. You'll be good. Cool? How many seniors? Let me see my seniors. You always have the seniors. They're always the loudest ones. Like, yeah. How many seniors as of May? You're out of here. You're done. Oh, y'all don't sound like y'all excited to be done in May. Let me ask it again. How many seniors as of May? You're out of here. You're done. There you go. How many juniors? How many juniors? How many sophomores? I have no freshmen. Do I have freshmen? All right. How many first-year CAs? Wow. How many second years? Sweet. How many third years? Okay. Was that you know you are third year? Yes, you third year. You know you third year? Third year. 4? No, 4 years, right? Oh, I got some 4 years. 4 years CA. 4 years CA is like, this is dumb. Don't make me raise my hand. All right, I got you. And that helps me, because it kind of helps me figure out where I need to make sure I target my audience to this evening. I come from Salisbury University, but my humble beginnings began at Salisbury University as an RA. Mark Turnbow, that's what I'll call him out, is responsible for me in this tragic career, as they call student affairs. Tragic because every day brings its own set of dramas. But I am excited to be there. I started as an RA. Turbo, if you have him as a CA, then you know he's probably the greatest boss ever. Like, you could do whatever, and he... I'm just saying, I was kidding. I never got lucky to have him as a boss. He made me get into profession, and then he gave me one of the most, that boss. Everybody had one of those bosses that you just can't fill in the word. It's just, that boss. And so I started, the thing that made me stay with me in the CA was the fact that I had a phenomenal floor. I had 43 residents. We had what we call a second floor, but they had the second and the first floor. And these guys were the greatest. Like, at the end of the year, I was like really emotional about losing them. My first night, I had to write up 6 guys. They brought in like a thing of beer and a printer. And I was like, hey, what are you doing? Oh, my grandma bought me a printer for Christmas. I was like, oh, sweet, I'll come check it out. So, of course, me, dummy, just went in and tried to check it out. And I heard the cans, the old familiar sound of the cans, right? Heard the cans, so I'm knocking, nobody answers. I'm knocking, nobody answers. And then all of a sudden, some idiot moved and all the cans went, so by this point, I'm like, hey guys, first time ever gonna bust the room as an RA. I'm like, guys, listen, can you open the door, please? I'm getting really in trouble. Diana's gonna write me up, she's gonna fire me. So the guy opens the door and he's like, we're sorry. We was watching the game, we was drinking, you busted us. And I was like, oh, I'm so sorry. So later on that night, I wrote them all up. I felt bad right now. I'm probably the only one on earth that ever feels bad about writing them up. But anyway, so later on that night, they wrote this nice thank you card and put it on my door and said, we're sorry. Well, not thank you, it was a sorry card. We're sorry that we caused you trouble on your first day. I was like, sweet, I love this job. That was the only time that ever happened. After that, I mean, we had all kind of stuff. People, you know, nothing new to you. People poop, pee on the elevators. We just don't exclude that. One night we had, the crabs. We on the eastern shore of Maryland believe in the eating of crabs. We eat crustaceans for a living. Right? It's our job. And so somebody who must don't understand the awesomeness of eating the crab dumped a whole barrel of live crabs down the stairwell. And so I wasn't on duty. So here's what happened. The RA that was on duty, I said, hey, somebody put crabs down the stairwell back there. Good luck with that. And walked on out. That wasn't called being a team player. That was called, that's not my job and I'm not doing with it. So anyway, but the guy ended up giving them up. But they were like a bushel. You know what a bushel of crabs? Anybody know what that is? Yeah. Right. Somebody said it's a lot of crabs. They just crawling down the little stairwell. I told everybody. I wish Twitter was back. I mean, I'm so old. Twitter wasn't available then, but if it was, I would have tweeted that all place. A lot of crabs in Severn Hall, but the kind you eat, not the kind you catch. Okay. Somebody didn't get it, they just went over their head. All right. So, I know someone said, what? I don't really understand. Ask a friend, dial a friend. They'll tell you. All right, here we go. So, I want to talk to you really quickly about keeping you going in this crucial time of the year. It's April. You guys had a nice warm day today, so it only means that laziness is getting ready to set in. I'm sorry, not laziness. Summerness just getting ready to set in. And so you're getting ready to get excited, and you're kind of like, I'm done with these residents. They have gotten on my last nerves. Or you're like, oh my God, my residents are the most exciting. Or you're like, oh, I'm so ready to graduate. You're in one of those stages in your life, right? Everybody can admit, everybody's kind of feeling kind of womp-womp. Is it some people saying, no, girl, I'm ready to go. Right, nobody is. It's freaking April. So everybody's excited to kind of get this year over with. But there's some stuff that has to happen before you get the year over with, right? There's some people who need you before you get the year over with. There's some folks and some incidents and some citations. What do y'all have? Paperwork? What do y'all call it when you write up people? There you go. Judicial. You can do it, sorry. There's some judicials that you're going to have to write, unfortunately, before the year is over with, right? So I'm going to try to help you a little bit. If you're not there, we're going to try to get you there. If you're already there, we're going to try to keep you there. And if you just need a little to try to make it till May, that's good. Last day of class is... Oh, that's good, y'all know. That's good. No, for real, these y'all not counting down. 24 days ago. Okay, so it's May 11th. Somebody just found out for the first time all day. She's like, that's it? Okay, May 11th. It's your last day of classes. So today is March 20th. I'm on spring break, my brain is shut down. So on March 20th to May 11th, you gotta make it. 53 days. Oh, sweetheart. Okay. I got you. 53 days. And counting. You know the seconds and hours. Okay, just checking. 53 days you gotta make it until you either A, graduate, A, move on to the next destination, B, move into your nice apartment complexes. Whoever live over there, sweet deal. Anyway, but you have 53 days. So I'm gonna hope to get there. So either you are what I call inflated, full of quality stuff. You're good to go. Like nothing can knock you down. You're either here or you inflated, full of hot air. You kind of here, see my balloon on the floor, just imagine it's here. Or hold on. You're either there or you're here. You're just saying, the heck with this. Okay? My goal is to get you, if you're here, my goal is to get you here. If If you're there, my goal is to get you here. Because see, here is inflated full of good stuff. Real good stuff. That means you got people around you that's like, yeah, we're going to bust this exam. You got people around you that's like, oh my gosh, I got the best program idea. You want to do it? And you're like, oh yeah, sweet. You got people around you that's doing good quality stuff. Here, you got some folks around you that's like, I feel like going to the bar tonight? Isn't it Tuesday? Yeah, but I need to get drunk. All right. Yes. You're out. Oh, I just got friends like that? Okay. Maybe it's just me. Okay, but anyway, those are the people that's around you. Here, you got friends that's a little shady. Like, they want you to do good, but then they're like, if you don't really study, you know that boy beside us, he always get an A. We can just copy off his answer. That's those folks. You got those kind of people around you. You want to make sure having the right people around you is key. It's very key. Because as long as you know how to pick the right person, you always want to get on the right bus. If you pick the wrong person, you're going to get on the wrong bus, and the wrong bus is going to take you to the wrong place. So it's real key that you get to the right folks, to get on the right bus, to go in the right direction. Right people are going to always kind of take you to another level. Right people are always going to correct you when you're wrong. You may not want to hear it, because you know it's always this moment where you're going, I want to cheat so bad. And there's always that little girl, no, don't cheat. I'm not going to ever cheat. And you want to say, just shut up. But you can't, because she or he care about where you're going. Right? No? Yes? This is the part you talk back. Yeah. Okay, good job. So you always want to make sure that you got the right people with you, right? Once you got the right people with you, you got to make sure your goals are intact. Now, if your goal is to say, I want to make $1 million, and you ain't got $2 in your pocket, that's a problem. Make attainable goals. I'm not saying $1 million is out of the question. It may be in your future. I don't look like it's in mine. But it can be in your future. But before you jump to $1 million, let's try to make 1,000. Or even 100. Does that make sense? But let's try to create a goal that's an obtainable goal. So for some people, it may be just to keep my RA job, my CA job for the rest of the year. Some people may be on ice water. Like Mark Del Sandro is trying to fire somebody right now. I'm just kidding. So my staff was like, wait, she's a me. So some of you is just trying to keep your job. Some of you is to pass a class so you can walk in that. Some of you might be like, Sarah, we don't have time to be here right now because I got to study, I got to be. For some of you, it's to try to make sure you get a summer job intern lined up so you have a job when you graduate. Whatever your goal is, you have to make sure you set it. And then when you set it, you got to create an action plan on how to get there, right? Well, one thing about it is if you don't have a goal, you don't have motivation. That's just the bottom line. There is no magic pill for this. If you don't have a goal, you don't have any kind of destination. You have no kind of motivation. You just aimlessly laying here. The people with no goals, they deflated. Because they just wondering. They pass a class, they flunk a class, they don't really care. They're here, they're not here. You have to have a 2-4, is that right? So these are the folks that say, oh, I got my 2-4, I'm good, my job is safe. The inflated folks, they got their 2-7, 3-5s, 3-9s, 4-0s. They rolling. These folks, 2-5. I ain't got 2-4 like those people. I got 2-5. Man, that ain't much better, baby. That's the difference of one class, one F, one 9. You got to create a goal. You got to set some kind of goal. For me, my goal in life, honestly, I don't know how well it's going to work out. I want to be a stand-up comedian. I don't know how that's going to work out. I ain't told one joke yet. I'm working on it. Just let me get there. Hold on, but for real, honestly, that's my goal. My goal is to stand in front of the audience and motivate students to take the next step. Go where nobody else has dared to go before. That's my goal. So the steps I take, Mark said, hey, Sarah, can you come up here to Bloomsburg? 4 hours up in the mountains where my ears still have not popped. Sure, I'd be glad to. Just kidding. It's cute up here. So, I mean, those are my goals. In the between time, I'm working student activities around students all day long. We have about 8,606 students, 0.23. I don't understand how they got the 0.23. I just work with the numbers that are given. they just cut somebody's feet off. My goal is to make sure that I try to create programming that will address all 8,606 students, point 3. Right? In doing that, I have an interaction that I understand them, that I can kind of relate to them, kind of have a conversation to them. Some conversations I just don't relate to. You know, the ones that start off a little like, oh my God, my mom makes me so sick. She won't give me the $200 to go to spring break. Don't you got like a 1.8 GPA? I mean, but that's not the point, Miss Sarah. Ooh, that is the point. Because I'm not going to invest $200 in some kid that ain't got a 1.9 GPA. Where you going with my money? You need to go to the library. No, for real. 1.9? You should be doing nothing but just reading. I'm just saying, you have to make obtainable goals to get where you need to be. Right? How many gotta go? Somebody gotta go. Somebody gotta go. Come on, my man in the purple. Where you go? Dean of students. Ooh. Who was a shotgun to? You can't just do shotguns to folks. Oh, who's Dean of students? Okay, if you want me to Dean of students, stand up. She's excited. Go ahead. That's my man tonight. We are making dreams tonight, baby. Okay, here we go. Dean. All right. So we all know your job is to be deans. Here's what you should have been doing. A, you make a connection with Amy. You know what Amy is? Bam, good job. Now, that you made a connection with Amy, you need to say, hey, Amy, this is what I want to do. What are the steps I need to take to get there? How many conversations did you have with Amy to do that? Oh. Right. Amy's going like this. In universal language, that's no. I got you. But I'm going to help you out. So here's your steps. Step 1, create a meeting with your RD, or what do you call them? I'm going to mess up. AC. GH. One of those acronyms. It's just too much. You need to make an appointment with him. Sit down and talk to them how they got there. Right? And then when you make an appointment with them and they talk to you, make an appointment with Amy. Amy's going to tell you how she got to where she is. And then Amy's going to hook you up to actually talk to you had a director of judicial, or now you're going to get a dean, whatever. You're going to make an appointment to talk to those folks. I'm looking at Mark to help me out, and Mark's just going like this. All right, here we go. So you're going to make an appointment to talk to those folks so you know what path they took to get where they're going. All right? That's your plan. You need to write it down. You got a little iPad. You got a little notebook section. It's like a little yellow tablet where you can just write. Yeah, I need you to hook that up. All right, get that out and write that up. All right, sit down. Somebody else, go. Let me hear it. Want to get married? Listen.
Harry.
Oh, you didn't say Mary.
No.
I'm going to say I'm not the one. That's a different lecture. That's 9/11. What's that? What's yours? Tell me again.
What?
What did you say?
I want to be a CPA.
CPA. You want to count folks' money. You want to deal with their numbers.
Yep.
Because you're the first person to come out when they have to owe to the IRS. They're trying to kill you. You have some folks' dollars. They like, oh, you have to go. All right. CPA. I don't know the steps you need to take in that, but I do know it starts with your accounting professor. And I do know it starts in the business school. And I do know you need to link up with the business groups, organizations that are in there. Don't just lose sight and go, oh, they're a bunch of nerds. No. They're going to get paid nerds. So you need to find out. They probably don't. But no, you need to find out what those steps are so you can make sure. Because I do know, that they have organizations that are national organizations that if you go to their conference, that's called a guaranteed job. Like, it's money without going through this drama that some of us went through. Does that make sense? All right, that's 2. I need 1 more. Go. Yes.
I want to have a classroom. My own classroom.
All right, what do you want to do with it? You want to teach? Say you want to teach. I got a classroom. Be specific. Thank you for doing that, though. Be specific about your goals. Don't just say, I want to be rich. How? Prostitutes are rich. You gotta be specific about your goals. Does that make sense? I'm sorry. As a professional. I don't know. Oh, you're student teacher now, right? Are you talking to the teachers?
Well, next year, but yeah,
Are you talking to the principal?
well, not, but I will be. I'm student teaching next year.
Just stop them now. Stop. We have not because we asked not. Right? Well, we don't, and I don't ask you for $1. I'll never know if I can get $1. By the way, do you have $1? So, start the school. Go to the school and go, hey, what's your name?
My name.
Yes.
Mel.
Mel. What's your real name? What's your government's name?
Melanie.
Okay, when you're in a professional world, don't give them my name is Mel. No, that doesn't work. My name is Melanie. Because then they know you're ready. If you go with a nickname, they're going to think you part-time name, part-time person. Right? But if I go in there and say, hey, my name is Sarah. Now, how they call me Say. What is that? I am too grown for that. But that's what they say. My mother, she kills me with that. But, you say Mel. Hi, my name is Mel. Melanie. Is that right?
Yeah.
Alzheimer's really awesome. Okay, my name is Melanie. I'll be coming to your school next year. However, I wanted to know if I could take the day just to kind of hang out and just try to get a feel for the school. I'm really serious about teaching. I'm really serious about teaching this grade. They might say no, but at least you asked. You put the step out there. Cool? One more. One last one. Yes, ma'am, in the white. You had to look what you had on?
I want to be a teacher for deaf students.
Oh. I said, hi, my name is Sarah. She said, nice to meet you. I said, nice to meet you. So I spelled my name out. That's the trick you need to look. If somebody ever dean people, dean folks, student affairs, they always ask you, where's your initiative to diversity? That's just like you're just not going to be nice to all students. But whatever. That's the question they ask. Always, this is my one. This is how I nailed them. I said, one of the culture groups that we always forget about is the deaf, the hearing impaired. So I have dedicated 2 semesters to learning about hearing impaired people. So I have a better understanding of that culture group. Nail it! It was perfect. So I know what you might want to do. They have deaf chats. Did you know this? They have deaf chats. It's different cities, different places. So you have to probably look it up. But in every city and every place, there's a thing called deaf chat. Sometimes they meet at Starbucks. Sometimes they meet at respective, whatever community places. So you might want to go hang out at the deaf chat and really get to understand that culture group really, really, really. And they will start to connect you. One of the things I can tell you about the deaf community is they are so connected. They really are connected. And they will get you, if they find that you have a passion for them, oh my gosh, you're a keeper for life. And so they will definitely take care of you. So I will go online and look for a deaf chat kind of group in this area in Bloomsburg. I can't tell you because I don't know. But you can look it up and somebody's going, do you know of it? See, right here in your own little crew. What's your name? Katie. Who's the other girl you know about it? Ashlyn, Caitlin, Katie know about it. So after this is over with, you need to tell your little girl, hold up girl, let me go talk to them real quick, and connect with these ladies so they can hook you up. All right? If you want to achieve your goal, you got to make connections. But you can't make connections doing this. That is not making a connection. This is up and ready to go. We are a work in progress. Right? All right. So you got to get the right people on the bus. You got to get a goal. You got to work towards a goal. Make sure I don't get off track and make sure I'm on time because I don't want to keep you long. Then you have to make sure that you remain positive. This is not a pill that you're going to take tonight and go out of this room and go, I am inspired. That is not going to happen. Because tonight when you leave, reality is going to hit in. You got an exam you didn't even study for. You got a paper you ain't even started to write. Life is going to hit. It's going to hit. But you got to remain positive. I'll tell you a personal story. I didn't really have planned on this, but sometimes things happen. My parents died probably before I was the age of 26. Both of my mom died when I was 12. My dad died when I was 26. Right? I'm the only kid I was raised on. So to me, my life at some point just became null and void. I'm just confused. So I was just baffled. However, since that day, so many great things have happened. So I mean, I can't begin to start. If I told you all the great stuff that happened, I would need a counselor and some tissues because it's just going to be a cry fest. Because my life has been so enrichedly blessed. Okay? Like, I'm just so happy. And this is not fake. This is really honest. Mark will tell you I'm pretty much a happy person. Don't get me wrong. I get mad. What? Yeah. So, but for the most part, I'm pretty happy. And because of that happiness, I choose to find the positive in everything that happened. This morning coming here was not an easy deal. I was supposed to leave my house at 8 o'clock this morning. When I woke up, I took a picture of the Lord. I couldn't even see past my hand because it was just foggy, right? So that delayed me to 10, right? So then I had some stuff that happened at work. You kind of heard everything he read off. We tried to do a spring concert. We wasn't as smart to get the campus concerts tour. Eek. But we got some artists coming in, so we try to make some connections. And then I'm ironing my clothes, so this is not what I was going to wear tonight. Had this like little cute outfit. And then I was trying to drink juice and trying to talk and trying to iron, and juice went all in my pants. And so I'm like, this is dumb. And then I try to, listen, first of all, I don't even wear curls. It's too hot for all this. Usually it's my hair straight, but I had little curls, and the curls didn't even come out right. It was a horrible morning. But at the end of the day, all I was excited about, I was like, bam, going to Bloomsburg anyway. Oh yeah, and it was just going. Like, I could have sat and dealt with the negative and been mad and puffed up and angry about the negatives. But life is too short. You only get one. You only get one. And when it's gone, it's gone. Right? I read this. Was it in your building I read this? Oh, it's somebody else's building. But it had a little banner and it said, if you knew today was your last day, what would you do? Whose building is that? Yeah! So, it was in your building, and I stopped and I read it because I'm always curious is that if you know these are the last breaths you're going to take for the last day, how would this day be different than tomorrow? And the funny thing about it is you're right, oh, I'll hang out with my friends, I'll pray and talk to the Lord, I will talk to my mom and dad and tell them I love them. You come up with all these great things. I don't know where that voice came from. You just feel like just went there. But anyway, you'll do all these great things if you knew today was the last day. But we really don't know when today is the last day. So why don't we do them every day? Why is it not every day being it? Right? Right? That's the part you talk about. When you just want to say right, then you go down. Okay, so you think about it. Okay, I got it. So, I mean, you got to make sure you think of the positives. You got to be your own cheerleader, because rest assured, when you get out in the real world, there are no cheerleaders for you. Amy, when you do something good, who is going to pat you on the back? Right. When you get an eye level, they're not looking at what you do good, they're looking at what you did bad. Oh, but let Amy screw up. Amy, can you please come up here, please, to the Vice Presidential Affairs Office? And Amy's whole world is shot to hell. Because now she got to figure out Mark D'Alessandro is screwed up again. And so now she got to figure out how to work it out. But if she does something great, she's got to celebrate that moment. Your celebration can look like any celebration you want to look like, but you got to celebrate it. Because if you don't, nobody else will. Right? So you got to celebrate your moments. That's not just for now, that's for later. If you had a good program, and even if Mark is lame and never tells you that your program is good, then you need to say, it's a bomb.com program. Yes, I'm going to celebrate with arenas. That's free today. The Mark didn't take me to, but anyway. Just saying. So you got to celebrate your own moments. All right, here's a question. Here's a serious question. Hold on. Okay. How many of you know that you were called to be a CA? Okay. Somebody's like, I was called to be a what? The job that got you in this room. This one guy was like, yeah. I love, I'm going to pick on you real quick. Yeah. He goes, yeah. Oh, yeah. Like a moment just hit him. It's like, yeah. All right. How many of you think, I did the job, I just don't know if this is for me? Okay, just blink. You don't want to tell it. Just blink. Let me tell you a secret. This is a secret that took me years to get. And this is a secret that I share with my orientation about 50 to 60 orientation leaders that I train each year. And this is something I tell them. You sparkle, wow, and douse me in the interview. Do y'all have a group process? Oh my God, that's the most mind-numbing day ever. But yeah, but it tells me a lot, so you can't get rid of it. So you sparkle and dazzle me in the group process, the interview, you came in sharp, flawless, answered the questions, and I see you on day one of orientation leader, and it makes me want to simply just go, yeah, welcome, we're so excited that you're here. I know, Mark, don't have it. And then I'm going to say, you need some homework. I'm going to say, hey, thanks for playing, but never mind, you can go home. Right. I send people home. What? You ain't spending my money, you ain't working. If you recognize that something isn't for you, bow out gracefully. It's easier to bow out gracefully than for me to come tap you and go, hey, thanks for playing, we don't want to need your services, but I appreciate you. It's easy for me to do, it's easy for you to come and say, hey, Sarah, can we talk? And I'm going to say, yeah, what's up? This orientation job ain't for me. I'm not down with these freshmen crying first day. Then I'm going to say, oh, thank you. Thank you for telling me. I appreciate you and respect you so much for that. You know what? I have another job that you can probably be interested in. Talk to me later on in the year. Because I respect you more for telling me up front what you can and cannot handle than for you to get into the job and jack it up. Understanding that, here's something, I don't know if you really think about it this way, but this is how I educate my orientation leaders. You got folks' lives in your hand. Your job is so sincere and so for real that if you don't make the right decision at the right time, you can jack somebody's life up. Here's example A. True story. Had a student, all year long I saw him. Awesome. Loved him. The last couple of days before winter break, you good? Yeah, sir, I'm good. I'm just stressed out. You sure? Yeah, I'm good. I'm just a little stressed out. You sure? Yeah, sir, I feel I'm good. I'm stressed out. Okay. School has started, and he didn't come back because he jumped off the George Washington Bridge. That's not a story that I just read. That's something I just dealt with this past semester. Didn't want to make it heavy, and don't want to make you sad. I just need you to understand how important your job is. So that if you don't take it seriously, understand somebody out there who didn't get the chance because you're taking a seat will take it seriously. And everything is not meant for everybody. And it may take you to get in a job for 2 weeks and realize, whoa, I got to actually do some work. No, I'm good. I don't want to do this. And I can almost promise you, if you're a graduate director or a regular resident director, stand up for me for a minute. I can almost promise you, these folks will appreciate a conversation than you giving them lame work. Does that make sense? These folks will appreciate you being able to take the steps to have an adult, great leader conversation. Then to take a job, hold a seat, and take an opportunity from somebody who really probably will do a better job than you're doing. It's okay. We're going to fail 1,000 times. One of you guys to sit down. The one thing about this helium balloon, you can knock it, and it keeps coming back. Oh.
I'll get it. I can get it.
Yeah. That wasn't part of the script. But the key is, since you went there, and the girl Melanie just helped me, you can go so much higher. But you got to recognize where you're weak. I'm reading a book now called Jim Collins, Going from Good to Great, because I'm actually training my Greeks on it next year. And one of these it talks about is carrying the momentum to do better and stronger. But in order to get the momentum to do better and stronger, you got to move the weak. Sometimes that weak is on our own selves. It's our minds because we don't think positive. It's our bodies because we're lazy. You know, listen. Sunday, I got up, I went to church, I came home, I watched TV, I went to sleep. Slept. Got up, watched a little bit of TV, went to sleep. Slept. I was lazy. I could have done 10,000 things instead of sleep. How many of you know you've taken extra naps, you know good and well you really should not have taken? And instead of taking a nap, you could go ahead and wrote page 2 of the 14-page paper. But you thought, let me just get a 15-minute nap. And how many of you know 15-minute naps turn into 2 hours? Real quick. Right? So it's real important for you to recognize your weakness. These people that fly high, they recognize the weakness. And the reason why they can fly so high, because they trim the fat. And trim the fat is just saying, this is not good for me. I can't do this. And nobody's going to think any different of you. In fact, they will probably apply you because they'll think, guys, they know themselves. And that's what we want to be accused of, is knowing ourselves. Right? All right. So we got that. That was a secret. Don't tell anybody I told you. All right. Last but not least. Never, ever, ever stop learning from each other. You are never to a point where you know everything. If that's the fact, then you just need to die. I mean, you know everything. Nobody can tell you nothing. You got it all. What is your point being here? I am 39 years old, and I swear I learned more from my 18, 17, 19-year-olds. Right? I learned so much from them every day. Some things I just can live my lifetime without knowing. Others make me a better person. Don't ever get to a point in your life where you're like, you're 4th year RA. Not picking on you, not saying you do this. You look like you don't even get down like this. What's your name?
Ricky.
Ricky?
Yeah.
Ricky. Okay. I forgot y'all cousins saying. I think that's Salisbury Sheriff's. Ricky, 4 years?
Yes.
But don't think a first-year CA can't tell you how to do something. The day you knock a first-year CA is the day you need to step out of the CA job. Amy, do you learn stuff from your staff all the time?
All the time.
That's how Amy's the bomb.com. Y'all didn't know, y'all better read. This is stuff they pay me to say. No, sorry. If you are a first-year RA, they hired you to do a job because they still saw that you can be molded. But don't get it twisted with, what's your name again?
Ricky.
Ricky. Oh, Ricky. Okay. Don't lose sight. If Ricky tries to say, hey, here's a better way to do it, listen to him. He's been doing it for 4 years. He should know. Don't ever get to a point where you think you know everything. If you do, then stop what you're doing and do something else. Professors research. They have their doctorate and some of them are tenured, but they will take a sabbatical to research. They don't know everything. If we knew everything, then why do we still have cancer? If we knew everything, then why are people still being plagued with high blood pressure? If we knew everything, then why did everybody got every dream they ever desired? Because we don't. We always are evolving, we always growing, and we always learning. But the day that you feel like you've learned enough, again, this is the moment that you remove yourself from your position and go, you know what, let me let somebody else have this. Let me try something else. I can't stress how important, that's going from a good leader to a great leader. When you can recognize it's time to move on to something else. Cool? Does that make sense? Cool. You guys are a good audience. I appreciate it. Hold on, because I'm not going to fake. Let me look through the notes to make sure I told you everything. Okay, so now we got a problem. We do. I didn't tell you everything. Because the problem is, my little guy is still deflated. I need him inflated. This is where you help me figure out how to inflate it. Okay. If I blow, what am I blowing with? Oh, my man. That's why you're going to be a dean. I get down with you. What's your name? Donald. I feel like you're going to be a dean of a Division I institution down south. Who else? What else? How else I inflate? I got some positivity. What else I need? Goals. My man in the back, talk to me.
Love.
Listen, he gonna get to me, I got asthma. Okay, here we go. No, I'm not laughing, that's real. Alright, so I got positivity, I got goals, I got love. What else I need to deflate them?
Asking for advice.
Asking for advice. My man, you was listening. Asking for advice, here we go. What you got?
Acceptance.
Acceptance. Good job. What else? Respect. Networking. My man in the back.
Creativity.
Creativity. My lady. Caring. What else? Because she said so sweet like. Caring. What else? Honesty. Celebrate yourself. What else?
Integrity.
Integrity. I feel like you're bitter at somebody right now. I feel like you're taking some jabs. Go ahead. Hey. Thank you. What happened?
Knowing your limitations.
Knowing your limitations. That's you. What else? Yes. Work on. Work ethic. She is freaking out. Listen, we got room in here, girl. Work ethic. Trimming the fat. I like that. Okay, I'm going to stop there. Hold on. I may have a little bit more room. So we got a good balloon. And for the sake of, this is an institution, we're going to make it stand up. Because this is not a hot air balloon. This is a balloon that's inflated, that's going somewhere, that's going to do good for a lot of people, right? Yeah. So, you have 53 days. If you were how many are seniors in here? Woo! Hold on. Because when I ask a question, you're going to be like, oh, that's not me. How many seniors know exactly what they're going to do when they graduate?
That's not
One. One out of like 10 or 2, sorry. 3 out of 5, 4. 4 out of like maybe 10 that went up. If you're not sure, that's the saddest conversation I have every year. This is really serious. Let me talk to the seniors real briefly. If you're not, everyone else is what? They're ready to leave? Leave the room? Oh, you mean just ready to get out? Right, I know. Stop. I know. People are like, I'm here and go home. Do y'all know? Listen, I don't know where y'all come from, but at my home, let me try to go back home. If my dad was still alive, he'd be like, whoa, you ain't got no job? No, you here to get up out of here. It is not a carnival. All right. If you're graduating and you don't have an idea, my advice to you right now, don't delay, is go to your career services. And really sit down and say, here's what I majored in. Here's what I've done while I was here. You help me figure out where I'm going. Don't walk out of these doors at Bloomsburg. Don't allow your 4, 5, 6, maybe 7 years to become void because you failed to have some very important conversations. Okay? Really do that. If you need a clue, I'll be around for 5 minutes. I might can help you. I might. If you're a junior, you need to start having those conversations now. A part of that is, I cannot stress enough, create a plan. Have a goal and create a plan. Does that make sense? And I guarantee you that'll be your motivation to get you through. 53 days. Create short, manageable goals to get you through the 53 days. All right? Hey, make it every day a party. I guarantee you, I tried this one day. On my campus, they are rude. So they walk by and don't speak. Am I lying? They're rude. So what I did every day, well, no, I did every day. But I went through campuses one day because I was just feeling full of myself. Hey girl, like your sweatshirt. Hey boy, like your shirt. Hey girl. Hey. Oh, Wi-Fi by me. Good, I like that. Hey, I just spoke to everybody. A, I probably look awkward, but B, they smiled, and C, I felt better. Sometimes it's not even about them, it's about you making you feel better. So if you need to feel better one day, just go around and just start picking people. Try it. Try me. Try it tomorrow. I would give you my email address and email me and say, Sarah, that really worked. Or Sarah, that's dumb. That did not work. I doubt you tell me the second though. Because you will smile. Because if they're going to get you to roll your eyes, you'll be like, whatever. All right. Hi, girl. Hey, boy. Hey, coloring book. I love it. But you're going to go around and if you give somebody gets it. Somebody might be like, why did she call him a coloring book? Talk to him. Talk to him. I guarantee you, if you take one day and step out of your box and dare to do something new and different, you will see a different perspective about you. You will feel better about you. The negatives will become positives. I promise. I'm willing to give you my paychecks, not much, but I'm willing to give you my paycheck. Just one day. Just go around and speak to people. And watch you feel so good. You're like, hey, they're like, why are you in a good mood? Because I am. So that's called celebrating you. Cool? Cool. I've had a ball. Did you get something? Let me tell you something. This is really honest and this is really true. Mark has been in my life for probably about 3 years now. 3 years. Turnbo's been in my life a long time. 2004? Jeez. 2003? You can left it at 4. 2003. I can honestly say I have good people on my bus. These are guys who have, Mark, I fought Turbo the whole way. I'm going to be an RA. And then he said, oh, you make money? Then that changed my perspective. I make money and I can tell me what to do. Score. So I was really excited about it. But these are good people that I had on my bus. If I could attest for all the staff, I would. But I know that you have some good staff. And from what I hear about Amy, I know you have great leadership. Tap into your staff and leadership. If you're just not sure, I highly encourage you. You're in the best seat in the house. Any CA or RA-ship that's taken across the nation, those leaders are probably some of the best leaders that you'll ever see. Take advantage of that situation. You don't want to lose sight of your opportunity that you've had here. All right? Thank you so much for allowing me to say that.